You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Hamm versus Kisner.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Hamm, you are here today to prove to Mr. Kisner that he fathered your 11-month-old son, Zayden.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're joined by your mother, who says that she is tired of stepping up to play daddy whenever Mr. Kisner decides to run out of your lives.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kisner, you've given everything up to be with Ms. Hamm, but now you claim her promiscuous and foggy past have caused you to doubt that you fathered her son.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Hamm, what does Mr. Kisner do for your son?
Well, he may be there physically for Zayden, but he's not there financially. He doesn't have a steady job. He doesn't do as much as I would want him to do.
Have you been there for the child, Mr. Kisner?
Yes, I haven't been there, but yes, I have.
Miss Willin, you said you're tired of playing daddy because you got to step up.
Yeah, he is there right now, but he's 11 months old. He wasn't there for the birth. And as far as a baby shower or anything like that, his family didn't want to be a part of that because they didn't think that Zayden was his.
So, Mr. Kisner, you admit that you try to be there physically when you can.
Yes.
Why haven't you supported the child financially at all?
I'm trying my best, Your Honor. I do not have a steady job, that's right. But I'm trying my best to be there for Zayden, just doing everything I can to just live where I'm living right now, and I am so grateful.
And you seem emotional right now. What are you feeling?
Well, Your Honor, I betrayed my family. My family spent $200 for me to get back home, and I was very sick at the time.
When you say you betrayed your family, what do you mean by that?
Well, I came back home and my family was telling me, don't go back there. You know, you're here now, we got you back home, don't do that. And I just decided to go back there.
Why is that a
my child.
betrayal?
I just feel that's what my family thought.
They don't want you to go back because they don't believe that Zayden is your biological child.
Yes, Your Honor.
And why are there doubts?
At the time of his birth, I was showing my family his photographs that Ashley had sent, and they tell me he doesn't look like me.
You know what? I don't agree with that. We have photos right here, and you put them side to side, and they look exactly alike.
Which photos did you bring? May I see those, please, Jerome? What are these photos of, Ms. Hamm?
It's Zayden and him when they were both babies.
So these are photos of Mr. Kisner when he was a baby and of Zayden as a baby.
Yes.
Probably around the same age.
And you think they look alike. There's a resemblance.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
But your family, Mr. Kisner, says there is no resemblance.
Correct. But I also have my doubts because she has been unfaithful.
Give me specifics. Tell me exactly why you doubt. You say she's been unfaithful. Specifically how?
Well, Your Honor, she slept with my close friend.
Oh.
I've known since I was little.
Did you sleep with his good friend, Ms. Hamm?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Why would you sleep with his good friend?
Well, we were dating for a couple weeks, and his friend had broken up with my friend. He just wasn't there for me at the time. I felt like we were both partying, and he wasn't talking as much.
So you weren't really getting along with Mr. Kisner that well?
No.
You felt like he wasn't stepping up to the plate as a boyfriend or doing what you need?
So
why
I broke
is
up
it you
with
chose
him.
to date?
I broke up with him, and then
Why his friend, though?
I don't know. We went to a hotel for one day, and then I picked him up the next day, and I told him the truth, and he still wanted everything to do with me. And
So you felt awful about it, and you immediately told Mr. Kisner.
yes, that was the next day.
And he said he still wanted to be in a relationship with you.
Yes.
Is that true, Mr. Kisner?
Yes, that's true, Your Honor. I believe that Miss Hamm could show me change, and, you know, she did. She really stepped up as a mother and left all that life behind. So,
She did.
She did.
So, Ms. Hamm, were you with anyone else?
No. Not besides his friend, and then that's it. I got taken advantage of at a party, and that was in like September.
and
Your Honor,
where she
can I
was
please
at.
say something?
Yes, ma'am.
She was in a bad place before she had Zayden. That's why I was so worried.
Well, when
was
she talks about going to
self-medicating. She was
hotel
doing
rooms
drugs.
with men and drinking and doing drugs, you know,
That
I
was
have to
one
ask the
day.
difficult questions. When you're drinking and doing drugs, do you truly remember everything you've done?
Yes, I do.
You do.
I know what I did, and I told him exactly what happened the next day.
They are both in my home right now, and I believe that Mr. Kisner is insecure, and she is also insecure. They're very young. They're playing house. With these results, that's why we need this.
They ain't even playing house. You gotta have a house to play house.
They're playing house
They
in
at
my
your
house.
And this is the exact reason, right, Jerome, that we talk about in this courtroom. I tell young people all the time, you don't have any business having sex and engaging in activities that produce human beings that you can't take care of when you can't take care of yourself.
Your Honor, I agree.
The real world now.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
The fact that since she's been a mother, she has been an amazing mom, a completely different person. You know, we made that choice as a family to move out of state to get her away from friends, and that way that life could never come up again. She can start new. But they both have an opportunity here to start fresh, to start new, and put the past behind them. But it has to be on their expense and not me and my husband and my other 2 kids. You know, I'm working 2 40-hour-a-week jobs just to support everybody. It's on my shoulders.
That is not fair to you.
And I am doing it because she didn't have her biological father. I made a choice when she was young that I wasn't gonna have a bad life for her. So my husband and me have been raising her together since she was 3 months old. So she is his, not biologically, but in any way that counts. So they have to make a choice. If they are gonna put that in the past and be a family and move on positively, or if he is gonna throw that in her face that Zayden is not his, because never once in the 20 years that I've been with my husband has he ever said, Ashley's not mine, I'm not gonna do this.
And that is admirable, I must say. So, Ms. Willin, do you believe Mr. Kisner is Zayden's biological father?
100%, I don't have any doubt.
You
I
do?
just don't. He's a great guy. He's great with Zayden. He's a great father. They just need that direction. They need that push. They need that oomph.
Mr. Kisner, is your doubt because your family doesn't think he's yours, or do you personally truly believe that this child is not yours?
Your Honor, I have so much doubt.
I don't believe that, because when I was around him in the beginning for 6 months, he was, you know, all about Ashley's pregnancy. And every time he had doubt was when he came back from his family's house. Okay?
So you feel like he was
wanna
buying
contribute.
in, he was trying to step into this role of
Yes,
father, and then
and it
when
just
he'd go
seemed-
home,
Yes.
he'd come back and it'd be like you have to start all over again.
Yes, Your Honor. We need the results for this test. This is why it's gonna go back and forth, okay? When they're in fight mode, when I come home after 19 hours, this is the fight mode that I get. I get he said, she said, this is, that is. What is I am supporting this family, okay? I am taking away from my younger children to support this family, okay?
And Your Honor-
And they need
And you
to
know
pull
what
it
the
together.
truth is, Ms. Willin, I really don't know why you're doing it, because I've been asking Mr. Kisner, why does he doubt
I doubt.
that this child
We
is
were
his,
having
and you have
sex
not
every
given me
day
one
without
reason.
a condom. So that's why I know. I know what I did and I know what I didn't do. We were having sex every day without a condom.
Your Honor, I agree. I agree. Thing is that she would take off on me and leave me without knowledge of where she would go, what would actually be going on. The stories would not match up.
So you
would
feel
think
like
everything.
she would go places and not tell you where she is, and you thought she was cheating.
Yes.
But did you ever find any proof that she was cheating? Did you see her
I-
with someone?
I did not.
Someone tell you they saw her?
Well,
What about everything was fine for 6 months and Ashley was gonna stay with you and have the baby when we moved to Florida and we were gonna send for both of you, but that lasted 3 days. I had to go pick up Ashley because this is the first time I'm hearing that he doubted that Zayden was his. Okay? So for 6 months, everything's fine, but the reason why I had to go pick her up is because he was actually out all that night.
So
And
during
they got
these
into
times,
another fight.
Mr.
and then
Kisner,
that was
during
it.
these times that you say Ms. Hamm disappeared or she didn't tell you where she was and you didn't know where she was there ever an occasion when she came back where facts were revealed to you that she had maybe been intimate with someone else or had a relationship with someone else?
maybe over texting, yes. And then there was also.
You don't get pregnant through the text.
Oh, okay. I understand that. But
She's texting, so she's flirting. Well, you can't get pregnant like that.
No.
What else?
there's doubt right there.
Because
Your
you feel
Honor.
like the texting and the flirting may be indicative of a larger relationship that could be going on.
Exactly.
What else?
Well, whenever I landed in Florida the second time, I was on Ashley's phone and I found proof that she was talking to somebody else and it was saved in her pictures. I don't know if she knew or not, but she would be talking about she's got booty for decades to this other male.
You would see in her phone evidence of sexual conversations she was having with other men.
Pretty much. I mean, like innuendos.
Is there anything else you found? Anything else you found that would in some way suggest to the reasonable person that perhaps Ms. Hamm had been sleeping with somebody else?
Well, I was talking to one of her other male friends because they were almost together all the time too. She was going with them, going to places I don't know of. She would tell me, yeah, but is that really where she went? I don't know. She would come home 2 to 3, 4 hours later and just would tell me the same story. Oh, we went to go get something to eat. Well, we live in a small town, Your Honor. It's about 1.5 miles down the road to go get something to eat. Either way, even though it's a small
You
town,
have to go to Kenosha or Antioch, and that's far.
which is 1.5 miles away
No, it's not.
from where I live.
So,
and she would
all
have
right.
the mail come pick her up from my house.
Ms. Hamm, let me ask you, because Mr. Kisner is obviously having trouble talking about and explaining what his doubt really is, and yet he seems to truly have that. Do you know of something that would cause him to doubt whether or not Zayden was his biological child? Did you have sex with anyone else? Did a circumstance present itself that would make things seem a little unclear as to whether or not he truly is this child's biological father?
I mean, before we started dating, I had sat him down. I was like, listen, I've been through a lot. I have been with cheaters, and I was a cheater because I was cheated on. I would do the same thing. I let him know who I was before he had anything to do with me. I laid down everything, and he still wanted to be with me. He still wanted everything to do with me. So I think maybe the things that I've told him I've done to other people, he's gonna put that in his head. I mean, who wouldn't?
So, Mr. Kisner, have you developed a bond with Zayden?
Yes, I have.
You have? Because you're very emotional about this child. Why is it you're so attached to this child when you say your family doesn't know if this child's yours and you don't know if this
Because he
child's yours?
deep down knows.
He knows.
But I still have my doubts because of what's went on during our relationship.
I think it's time for the results. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Hamm versus Kisner, when it comes to 11-month-old Zayden Hamm, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Kisner, you are not the father. Obviously, there were some facts left out of your testimony. Do you know who Zayden's father is, since it's been determined that it is not?
Really not.
You don't really know?
I just don't get it. I was with him every day. Now it's just a mystery, and I have to live with that myself.
Could it be the friend's child?
He is blonde hair and blue-eyed with
Well,
like
that
me.
doesn't. Let's not go on physical looks. Did you use protection when you slept with his friend?
Yes.
You did. Was there any other man besides Mr. Kisner you were having unprotected sex with?
All I know is that time at the party. I remember at the end, and I freaked out and stopped, and then that's when he was trying to pick me up, and my phone died.
Were you drinking and doing drugs that night?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I mean, I'm there. I'm gonna be there. Even if the father decides to show up, I'm gonna be there.
Well, Mr. Kisner, your testimony, your remarks, and your intentions are admirable. They are. But standing here in this emotional moment, Mr. Kisner, and saying, I'm going to step up and be there for this young woman and this young child, I know good and well, too, young people your age, you don't even possess the maturity level to operate appropriately in these situations, and that's evident by what you're dealing with right now. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You're going to do a whole bunch of things you haven't done up to this point. So why would we trust that you're going to do them now that you know the baby is not yours? You two have got to talk and make a decision whether she even wants to be in a relationship with you. Because it is this court's opinion that both of you all have a lot of growing to do on your own before you could ever grow together. I wish you all the very best of luck. Court is adjourned. Let me speak to Ms. Hamm.